The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if their prize is that for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hell to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be a dedication. Spilling our blood we count a privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be a flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised, the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets build a glorious song of victory. We scarred our minds around. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movement lest we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the humanist call, to give and not to count their cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve betray soluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
This is my message to the world. I'm writing from my heart and my broken soul. Every day and night we keep walking down the road. They killed our mothers, fathers and the sons. We are light, we are the light of the world. We come from the land of the rising sun. Every single day we keep rising up. No matter what they do, we are never giving up. We are one, we are the choosing ones. Chukwakika is the one to give us victory. Bring us back to the land flowing with milk and honey. Breaking all that chains and the pain of slavery. This is my message to the world. Embrace Biafra. Embrace redemption. We shall win in the end. This is my message to the world. Embrace our freedom. Embrace our victory. We shall win in the end. This is my message to the world. We are coming, we are coming, we are not alone. We are fighting with the power of love. Forever and ever we shall reign in the world.
listening to
This is
Radio Biafra.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I welcome you to this segment. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. Of course, this is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live to Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchi Uka from Efo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He is the one and the only man, rather, he is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word, as I always say, that you may not understand the mindset behind it, but one day you shall. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano. He is the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. He is the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people. For almost 60 years, nobody have done that. By the special grace of Chukwukika Biama, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Having said that, we must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator. We are all religious in nature. All of us, and of course that is the nature of human. The desire to worship that which is greater than you. And you can't hide from the truth. I will acknowledge the Creator. We call him Chukwukika Biama. He's the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For in the end, he is the lifting up of our head. He is our guide, the matter both great and small. In wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, he remained the primordial influence that drives us. And in my little way, I humble myself before him this evening, and I say, Chukwu anyị na-efe dị mma. Chukwu anyị na-efe dị mma. Ndị mmụọ ozi na-eto ya, enu ụwa na-aja ya mma. Chukwu anyị na-efe dị mma. Anyị na-aja ya mma o, n'ihi na ọ mara mma ịhụnanya ya na gị obiọma ya. O juru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ebu Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. Ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled The Colonialism or the Colonization Syndrome by the Imperialist. Either the colonialism or the colonization, it it has a syndrome manifested through the imperialist. These are three different words. And in order to undo what they have done to us, that is why we came here. Each time we talk about colonization, each time we talk about colonialism, each time we talk about the imperialist, there is always this missing factor from it all. Every problem we face today, every challenge we face today, started by one tactics: divide and rule. By one tactics, divide and rule. We are still being held on the ground by the same tactics, divide and rule. But it is important that Biafrans as well as Nigeria understand what is actually propelling us and why we got here. They divided us, Midwest, Eastern region. They left Midwest alone, and then they divided South-South and Southeast. And the beginning of the journey of IPOB was the introduction to back to our roots. Because our leader came here reminding us that our mother tied two wrapper. Is our daughter still tying two wrapper? Our leader understands the root of our problem. He went to the root and hewn it down. The tree was hewn down. Today, Nigerian can never recover. The time of divide and rule is over. But it's amazing most of our people don't even understand what we are still fighting for. Most of us cannot fix it. But the evidence of their heinous crime against us as a people stares you in the face. Though you may rise up and fight against it, though you may pretend as if it doesn't concern you, but we all bear the pain, we all bear the burden. The whole Nigerians are hungry because few greedy men decide to make it so. So they remain in power. We are going to try to analyze, explain what these three words mean, what it represents, and then we can now go into our topic this evening, the main study. When you talk about colonization, it is referred to strictly to migration. Colonization refers strictly to migration. For example, settlers' colony in America or in Australia. It could also be referred to trade post and plantation. Method of controlling you, assessing your homeless. When you talk about colonization, colonization deals with or refers to strictly to a migration, where you are taken from Africa, you are then taken to Europe, then you are then taken from Africa, you are then taken to Australia or any other place. What did they take you to do there? They went to remove your brain and insert a new one, so you behave the way they want. Colonization. What we are suffering in Africa today is the work of colonization. More than 75 to 85% of black Americans, blacks anywhere they found themselves in Europe, were actually stolen from Biafra land. I'm not going to say the method of which they were stolen. And when they took them to the Caribbean island, when they took them to that sugarcane plantation, when they took them to where they thought they have acquired property, the first thing they need to do was to reindoctrinate them. They changed their names. They took away their culture and tradition. They told them that their history started from slavery. But they forgot to wipe out other evidence. They told them that they are evil. And we keep believing it today. Why is the black Americans not ready to fight so Africans can be free? But they are not free themselves. They still think America is their home. And so they will keep on fighting for equal right and justice for God knows how long. But with those colonialists, would they allow them to come back home? They have the record. America have the record of slave trade. Britain have the record of slave trade. They keep all of them. They know where Jackson property is. Whatever your name represents is the owner of the slave owner. You answer the name of your slave owner. Only few of them maintain their name. This is what you are suffering here in Biafra land. They came, they took our mind away. We cannot say anything about ourselves. If we must talk about ourselves, it must be the one written by Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani. But may God continue to bless people like Chine Achibe, wherever they are tonight. They really saw what will happen to us today, and they took the part they took. Today I am not Igbo man, but I am Igbo man. Why is it like that? We have spent more resources and energy trying to wake up Biafrans across Biafra land. And I remember vividly when our leader broadcast yesterday. He said there are Igbos in Igala land. There are Igbos in Kogi. There are Igbos in Bayelsa. There are Igbos in River State. There are Igbos in Akwa Ibom. Yes, you heard me. There are Igbos in Cross River. There are Igbos in Delta. There are Igbos in Edo State. There are Igbos everywhere. Why did Ohaneze Ndigbo not recognize this Igbo? And so, let's assume we are Igbo that we are not Igbo. Who made it so? These are some of the signs of what is known as colonization. Colonization. They came, they told you you are this and you are that, and you agree. Let's stop there for now. And then we look at the other word known as colonialism. Colonialism can be compared to the existing indigenous people. Colonialism is the existing indigenous people who found themselves programmed, styled in their own territory. They have a method of controlling you in your own land. When we talk about colonization, we are talking about those sold into slavery. When we talk about colonialism, we are talking about those of us in our land, and they are telling us how to behave. A lot of people are listening to my line of grammar. Have you ever imagined if we were taught in school through our dialect? There would have been any need for us to want to score 100 or 1 million in English language. I want you to, you see, when we sit down, we praise China, we praise America, we praise everybody, we say we are backward. It's okay. Imagine if you call American man to study in Igbo language. They will spend all their life trying to learn Igbo. We're spending all our life trying to speak English. And you cannot see it's a sign of backwardness. Colonialism. They tell us how to reason. They tell us how to talk. They tell us the name to bear. They tell us virtually everything to do. If we don't recover ourselves in this aspect, we are having problem. Why is China not studying in English? Why is Japan not so eager to speak English and look at their line of words? Just imagine if you were being taught in school with Igbo language. Just imagine I am being taught in school in Igbo dialect. Where I beg teacher Chani Ebele Chane. Oh, when you hear Kapon man in the farm, you can imagine how it's going to be. But somebody said, no, we will tell you how to speak. We spend all our lives fighting to, we are even judging ourselves. You know, we are even judging ourselves. We are judging, oh, you can't speak English. Your English is not coordinated. In your line of English, we know you. And you think we're going to be ashamed of that? I will be ashamed of that, of course. The day I see Chinese man speaking Igbo, the day I see English man speaking Igbo, the day I see Arabian man speaking Igbo, brothers, I'm going to be ashamed. I'm just coming from somewhere so you understand the level of damage that have been done to us as a people. And then if we are sincere, we must recover ourselves in those areas. And if we are sincere and we open our heart, we will see how they have been able to keep us where we are. I repeat again. IPOB has spent more resources. IPOB have bore more burden trying to unite people. All because of this attitude. All because of divide and rule. I saw an article online this afternoon. The article, there was a picture of Obi Efezomo of Owa Kingdom and Moritola Mohammed, the one that balkanized Igbo land. And somebody wrote in that article and say, look at the Eka people. They have shown right from time that they are not Igbo. But IPOB and Igbo keep dragging them home. This is the picture of Moritola Mohammed and Efezomo. Whoever wrote that thing placed Igbo name on his Facebook. But as I went down to monitor who the person is, I discovered it's a Yoruba man on Facebook with Igbo name. I look at people's response to that article, and the Igbo people start saying, no matter what they did, after everything they did to us during the war, look at us, we are still doing well. What is your yardstick for that? They just want you to console yourself, so you are consoling yourself. And then some will write and say, hey, I schooled in Ubuluku, and when I was in Ubuluku, they thought I was Yoruba, but I tell you, when they noticed I was Igbo, but their mother said, oh, my son. Their mother did not call Yoruba my son. He did not call Hausa Fulani my son. But when he discovered you are Igbo, he said, oh, my son. And different people reacted. And they blackmailed Obi Efezomo that he was a friend of Moritola Mohammed. But we know the truth. The truth is that Moritola Mohammed is not a Hausa man. Those of you from Edo State around Awuchi Aziz, if you are listening to this broadcast, go and find out the first mosque in Edo State. It's around Awuchi Aziz. That is the community where Moritola Mohammed father come from. Moritola Mohammed was adopted. His father was a kola nut seller. Do not forget that Fulani, Hausa British government have started this colonization, this carbonization, or any other grammar they want to use, even before you never knew. They adopted Moritola Mohammed and changed his name. They trained him in school. As they changed the name of Celeste Babayaru, among others. They properly doctrinate him. When he was grown, he came home. The only thing he gave to his village people is a mosque. I have been to that mosque. I know the community, but it's very difficult for me to pronounce. But Moritola Mohammed is not a Hausa man. That is why Hausa don't talk about him. Forget about his in 20 naira. They don't remember him. It's not a Hausa man. Nigeria, Yoruba can write any record to keep you there. The Moritola Mohammed you know is from Bender State. Forget about the 419 personality profile Yoruba gives to you on some of their radio stations like Nigeria Info. Moritola Mohammed, I repeat, is Bender State man. That is why he knows the history of the Igbo. No Hausa man will understand or is enlightened as Moritola Mohammed. When the Biafran blood in Moritola Mohammed started flowing, he knew British government were there for evil. That is why he changed Stanford Bank, British Bank, to First Bank of Nigeria. That is why he changed African Petroleum, British Petroleum, to African Petroleum. That is why they murdered him. They killed him through Gowon. But I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about Moritola Mohammed. As a Bender man, he had access to every community. And so when he came to our kingdom, his father used to have, Oba Hausa in Garage Market. Garage Market in Orogodo. If you are listening to me in Orogodo, go and ask your father. Afia garage, yakwano bunwa Moritola Mohammed. In that market we call garage. Right there at the center of Orogodo, where they noticed that our Hausa people in Abo were camping in Abo to kill our people. They put an end to his first son, Moritola Mohammed first son. Till tomorrow, I know Hausa people have not forgotten about that day. But of course, they can't revenge, but because Moritola Mohammed is not their own brother. Our people were not happy. How can you join the Fulani to kill your people? If you are from Orogodo, go and begin to ask them what happened in that garage market during the war. Maybe the truth will start coming out. But Yoruba come and write to you, oh, Ika people were killing Igbo people. Ika people, but am I saying it to defend the Ika people? We are not coward. We know ourselves. We know a lot of things are wrong. And if anything separates us from our brother, we know there is a game there. That game is known as colonialism or colonization. And since we cannot explain it, we sit back. But Yoruba is coming with Igbo name to write because these people understand how it functions. We are the only people praising Yoruba. Oh, Yoruba is trying, Hausa is trying, oh, they are doing well. When are they going to say we are doing well? You are still under the syndrome of colonization or colonialism. Let me stop there a bit. And then we go back and look at the third words there, which is having said colonialism. He said, though both of the word colonization and colonialism, they underline a suppression of the other. Each of them are underlined word. They suppress each other. Colonialism is where one nation assumes control over another. And then we move on to imperialism. Imperialist. Imperialism refers to a political or economic control, either formally or informally. In simple words, colonialism can be thought to be a practice of imperialism as the idea driving the practice. When you talk about colonialism or colonization, this is a suppressed word driven from the practice. All this kind of grammar. What am I trying to say? When you talk about imperialist is the practice, the idea that drives the practice of colonialism and colonization. Whether it is home or abroad, the idea, the basic principle that drives it, that governs colonialism and colonization, that is what is known as imperialism. Now, this is how they manifest on daily basis. And then you will see where all our problems started from. And maybe we will see how we can begin to checkmate them. Believe me, if we don't love ourselves, we are not going anywhere. If we don't remove what they have used to divide us, you will understand the implication of things fall apart. Number one, when you hear about the imperialist, they take away your reasoning ability. The first thing they do is they take away your reasoning ability. How do they remove your reasoning ability? In a way of damaging your culture and tradition. And telling you what you should do and what you should not do. I understand the same British government colonized Japan and China. The same British government colonized India as well as America. And the same British government colonized Africa. But I have not seen American fighting what to do and what not to do. American Constitution remain superb. Remain the last bus stop for everybody. And the Constitution itself is an embodiment of their culture and tradition, what they believe. Their forefathers believed that blacks cannot be given political rights in America. It remains that way. Because somewhere along the line, they are part of the imperialists. You go to India, the same thing is happening. Do you know the blacks in India are marginalized? Because they became part of the imperialists, they made sure that the blacks in India will not have a say. You go to China, Japan, you have black. You never see them on the media. Because this influence of the imperialists, the colonialists, the all this grammar, colonizers, colonization, it takes your identity from you. They tell you what to do and what not to do. Today, over 53 years, we are fighting to liberate ourselves from what our father fought to liberate us from. But they say, no, you can't be free. You can't be a sovereign nation. You have to remain in one Nigeria. In our united one Nigeria is negotiable. When you see British government, the imperialists, fighting for the unity of one Nigeria. When you see Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani telling you that Nigeria lawa, one Nigeria lawa. Our one Nigeria cannot be divided. Brother, what signal do you get there? They are the one telling you whether you like it or not, we must remain in one Nigeria. Why are they afraid of national confirm? Why are they afraid of restructure? Why are they afraid of national conference? Why do they normally travel to London to make your law? Why do they copy and paste the constitution in your Nigerian fraudulent constitution? Why will only Abdulami and Bubakar be the one who wrote the constitution of the supposedly one Nigeria as directed by the British government? Why? Why is it that Fulani, Hausa, Yoruba are telling you the road you will tie in Biafra land? The road you will not tie. They are the one to tell you you will build airport or you will not build airport. I know there are people in Biafra land, Biafran people that can rise up today with their money without asking for federal government to support them. They can build airport like that one in New York City. They have what it takes. Government, keep your money. Let me build airport in my place. They won't allow you. There are Biafrans that have money to build a seaport that can compare with that one somewhere in Canada or anywhere in the world. And then our people will not have to travel to Yoruba land or Hausa Fulani land to be able to enter their home. But they won't allow you. These are their sign. Colonization has not ended. Colonialism has not ended. The imperialists are still at work. And one of the ways they damage our society is to tell us how to think, to tell us what to do, where they come from. Where they come from. They teach their children their rights. But where we come from, when we stand up to take our rights, they say, we understand how all of you function. But I'm happy. I am happy that this insult is getting to everybody's bone marrow. It is getting to Yoruba bone marrow. It is getting to Hausa bone marrow. It is getting to Sabotua's bone marrow in Biafra land. Insult is very good. I am rejoicing that insult is getting to you. I am rejoicing. I am rejoicing. I am rejoicing that this insult is getting to you. I am rejoicing. Praise the Lord. I am happy. The insult is getting to all of you. And finally, we have your attention. There is nothing you are going to say more than honestly, how could we have been able to get your attention? We have been preaching fine sermon. He entered through this ear, he go out from this one. But this one now, body they pepper on. And this is the beginning of the insult. Amend your ways. Your egos does fall when we insult you. And we want your ego to fall because you have fallen so many. Let us continue. Number 2. This system, they damage your image through the media by a way of projecting negativity about your culture and tradition. The imperialists have a way of damaging your image, your culture. Some of us act like the imperialists, but let it be for the good of the people. The colonization master, colonial master, the imperialist master, whatever name they have, they know how to damage your image. If I sit back, I listen to the stories, cock and bull story by this imperialist. It's amazing. We believed all of them. I listened to a woman on one of her presentation. I don't know exactly where. They were debating about abortion. And they wanted her to, she was defending against abortion. And they wanted her to support abortion. And the woman answered brilliantly. He said, I come from a race, a descendant of people whose culture and tradition are the first signal condemn abortion as an act of breaking divine and moral law, as an act of sinning against the Creator. Everything about us as a people condemn abortion. And you're asking me to just come up here and assume it was never part of my culture and tradition, and then I will endorse abortion? They say, no, I can't do that. That is the work of the imperialist. That is the work of the colonialism. That is the work of colonization or colonialism. So you can understand it. They damage your image with the media. Oh, our fathers are baboons and chimpanzees. They were backward. But let me ask you a simple question. Who taught your ancestors how to make ufokoro? Has lion cooked soup before? We still have chimpanzee in our forest. We still have monkey and baboon, gorillas. They are still in our forest. They were there before I was born. They are still there as I'm talking to you. They have not cooked soup. They can't cook fried rice. And you agree your own father was a chimpanzee. Your own father chimpanzee form okra soup, form egusi soup, cook fried rice, cook everything cookable. Edi Kaiko and the rest of them. But they made you believe. They went up to the extent kidnapping some of us and putting us in the cave, in the zoo, just to create the impression that you are animal. Is that not what Yoruba Hausa Fulani did? They are the real animal. I'm a goat, I'm a goat, I'm a cow, I'm a cow. Of course they are agreeing to it, but they destroyed our image. The story I narrated about Gowon, I mean about the other terrorists, Moritola Muhammad. This is somebody trying to create confusion among us. I want you to go back and look at your television, Nigerian television, and tell me, yes, it looks like a secular country. There are interviews they want to grant you. If you dress in Igbo attire, BBC will not present you. They won't present you. When BBC Hausa want to project Hausa Fulani image, they dress like Northerners that they are. But go and look, most people who are granting interview to our BBC, they wear Igbo cloth. Because sometimes they tell you how to dress. I have said it over and over. One thing I couldn't understand as a child. He said, why is it Igbo man? They rob in Nigeria, Igbo man. They steal in Nigeria, Igbo man. They keep person in Nigeria, Igbo man. Why? But since IPOB came out now, No, Igbo men are not ritualists again. Igbo men are not kidnappers. Come and tell us the history of Evans now, Ndiara. Come and tell us the history of Clifford Orji. Shame on all of you. They are using the colonial techniques to destroy us. Our leader Mazen Kano is doing his best to make you see the truth. It's left for you. Before now, we were ashamed to identify with Biafra. Today, reverse is the case. You are not ashamed to answer Nigeria. Let's not deceive ourselves. The fate of Nigeria can only get worse. It doesn't matter if you are benefiting from now or not. Let's free ourselves. We understand how all of you function. We are only taking time so our people will understand what is obtainable. There was a country. That is the beginning of this story, and that will be the end. But how we close the chapter has a lot to do regarding the next generation. Teach your children what they should know about us, because we are teaching them already what they should know about you. Number 3, this system designed a way to control your mind through intimidation and harassment in order to prevent you from standing up for your right. Colonization, colonialism, or imperialist, the system brought together actually create a system. They design a way through which they control your mind through harassment and intimidation in order to keep you where they want you to be. Today, Fulani army, Nigerian army, Boko Haram, they are everywhere in Biafra land, jumping up and down, raping, maiming, and killing. People can't talk. They now control us. If you talk now, they say, they will kill you, they will kill you. We shut up. Our governors are afraid of dying. Our kings are afraid of dying. Our youth are afraid of dying. Everybody is afraid of dying. They got us right. Nobody can challenge Nigeria. Nobody have challenged the Nigeria until IPOB came, until Mazen Kano came. We have been beaten down and left in the prison of fear. And you see, it's amazing. Having been delivered from the prison of fear, some people still want to push us aside the fear. It's a lie, it's all over. The system of Nigeria to the Biafra is to intimidate you, harass you. They want to control your mind through this medium. The fear still control us in certain area. Why did they put checking point everywhere? To protect our land? With all the checking point, almost 3 feet everywhere in Biafra land. Fulani men are still raping. Boko Haram are still killing. With all the barracks they build in Biafra land, leaving our land under military occupation, where is it? Where is happening? If you stand up and you speak up, the next thing, they will bring the security to your house. What did they go to do in Mazen Kano's house? To shut him down. And the real terrorist Gowon is hiding somewhere. Who killed Agu Yoronsi? Gowon, who killed Dinka? Sunka Bunka. As directed by the British government. He's still gallivanting as a good man. Biafrans must understand. If you are afraid to confront justice system, if you are afraid to say the truth, if you are afraid to look at Nigeria and say Buhari is dead, if you are afraid to look at Nigeria and say the Chief Justice Tanko did not go to school, he didn't go to law school, if you are afraid to come out openly and tell them that the man that is in Imo State as a governor is not supposed to be there, you have been beaten down by fear. Mbaka can no longer prophesy. Okay, he's praying. Where are other men of God? When will all of you stand up and begin to speak? But the imperialist design to keep you under fear is working. All of you are afraid. All of you are afraid. Number 4, they project false law to keep you off guard. In the real sense, they feed you with hatred. They know how to project false law. Fake law everywhere. Why are they doing that? To keep you off guard. Nigerians don't know that there are many laws in Nigeria that are not yet law of Nigeria. When Nigeria police or army arrest you, they make law that day. Go and look at IPOB case. That you, Judge Onyibe, have been found committing treason felony and you are hereby charged for holy gathering, unholy gathering. Do you know before IPOB was proscribed, they did not follow due process? They make phone call and make law. Most of you know this truth. They were sitting in their chamber. One Alamajiri called one Biafra man or Yoruba man. How do we do these people? What kind of law is good for them? He said, let us charge them for inconsequential protest. They now say, you are thereby charged for inconsequential protesting. Go and look at the lousy charges they give to us. The Nigerian Constitution don't even recognize them. Everything we have done in IPOB is recognized. It is backed by Nigerian Constitution. Nigerian Constitution acknowledges our right to self-determination. It acknowledges our right to civil disobedience. What have we been doing here? But when they arrest you, they charge you for treason. When they arrest you, they give you bad name. This is what the imperialists did. The conclusion of the matter tonight is simple. We must all be at alert as we monitor all the instruments that have been deployed to control our life. Let us be at alert. Monitor all the instruments that have been deployed to control our lives. It is our life we are fighting to liberate from Nigeria. I was born in an era where the Biafra man still have dignity. I was born in an era where people like Alese Ekweme, having been locked up by late Buhari, could still come out before the press and issue a communique telling Nigerians that Buhari lied against him. Today, do you see any Biafran man bold enough to confront the Fulani? The imperialist method work on all of them. Minus IPOB, who can come out and look at Nigeria in the face and say what you are doing is evil. Buhari is dead. It's not our business. But is it your business as a Yoruba man? Is it your business as a Hausa man, as a Fulani man, to cover this atrocity and lead Nigeria into death and destruction? But of course, all of you have your own percentage. Recently, I noticed online now, old news everywhere. All the news online, they are all old news. What about the recent killing? What are the good news? This Yoruba woman said wonderful. But that was in 2016 now. Because they only say wonderful when it affects them. This Yoruba is doing, which well are they doing? Inside 10%. I want you to understand the method they are using for us. This is the method they used for our ancestors in the name of colonization. And we are sounding like our ancestors already in that manner. Because we believe everything they told us. Today they are gradually telling your children, oh, IPOBs are terrorists, IPOBs are calling them mad. How would we have been able to get your attention without insult? Until all of you repent, you will keep getting the insult. You will get angry, and then you get to a stage, you will get used to it. Because we, on the other hand, we have gotten intense with your nonchalant behavior. And you see, we don't apologize for who we are. Biafrans must watch and monitor what they are doing to us. We are almost losing regard before our very people. I want you to gather Biafran young girls and be open to them and say, when you grow old, who will you like to marry? It will shock you. They say, I want to marry Hausa, I want to marry Yoruba. Even though Yoruba are marrying them and dumping them along the road. Even though Hausa will marry them and ostracize them completely. But there is this aroma on the air. There is this influence on the air that they are the one ruling us. They tell our people they are born to rule. They are ruling us. They tell them we are nobody. You see it and you even mock us. Come to Biafra land and see the level of hunger. Because we don't complain, you don't know what we are going through. But you are still the one that will join them and say they are lazy. Let them go and look for work. Hey, they are lazy. They should go and look for work. Are you sure that colonization syndrome is not worrying you? You are in a country that is making sure you will be jobless. A country that is fighting you with the weapon of hunger. And you supposedly, who is supposed to know? You are the one condemned. Hey, you people go and look for work. Yeah, go and look for work. Go and look for work. Which work? There is a work of saboteur. And the more you are telling, go and look for work, you are lazy. They will do the work of saboteur. Because the only work we have in Biafra land now is to betray all of you. And then they make us enjoy a little bit. Is that what you are telling us? Because it will dawn on all of us. All I'm trying to say tonight is monitor this colonization syndrome. Monitor this colonialism syndrome. Monitor this imperialist syndrome and how it affects us as a people. You will know where they are coming from and you will be able to checkmate them in the end because you will know where they are going to. Our gospel has never changed on Radio Biafra. It has always been as simple as ABCD. Let the people of Biafra go. Yakubu Gowon knows the truth. His people will be hunted down. And so is all of them from the north who drank wine and stand idly by when they watch our people molded down. Nemesis will catch up with all of you. Karma is on your doorstep already. But could I beg for once? Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani. Let's free these prisoners from this British prison. 10% will not always be there. Biafrans are waking up. And there is a massive Biafran incursion across the globe. We will undo everything you have done to us. We know in great pain we will achieve this cause. But you people will visit. You will test our venom. Allow us to go. You enjoy it. Bawa, you enjoy it. But shame on you that you are feeding on the misery of innocent Biafrans. Women and children that Awolowo will starve to death. Awolowo took our parents' money. You don't want us to see it. Bawa, Yoruba, I'm sorry for you. Nigeria forever. Believe me, a time will come, Bawa. You people will wish there was nothing like Nigeria. We are studying all of you. And we are only appealing to the conscience of our people to know what Yoruba represent. It will dawn on all of you. Biafrans must watch out for the syndrome, like I said. And for those Biafran men and women, those Biafran soldiers standing by, it's going to be all right. Nigeria must be divided. Yoruba can come and beg oil. We will dash them for free. Our leader has said this always. Let them go and carry on with their 419. Oluwole is their cause. Yoruba can go ahead and go one Nigeria. Eat amala. Bawa, where are you going to? Mad people. Hausa Fulani can clinch to one Nigeria. But our people don't understand what they are doing to us. Damage our image, our intellectuals are there acting ritual fame as if we are ritual people. Damage everything that we could look at and lift our head high and be very proud. But believe me, it is going to be all right. I'll be back in a minute.
This song is dedicated to the victims of this genocide. Those who lost their lives from 1967 to this very moment.
I had to do this song with Wee-Woo. My brother man, I don't believe you. Shake a man could beat you. My brother man, listen up. Tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that is gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded he's gonna be alright. The spirit of our fathers he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell everybody he's gonna be alright. See them bad lows wanna bring us down. They wanted that we keep rising up. See betrayers wanna bring us down. They wanted that we keep rising up. Bring your gun and your bullet and bazooka and your grenade and Biafrans. We will fight till the end. See them sabotage, playing cowardice in the corona. But we will win them all. I say we will win them all. Namdi Kanu is the leader. He says he's gonna be alright. He's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded he's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that he's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that he's gonna be alright. Whoa.
I remember a very good brother man from my nation, Biafra land. Hey, oh na na na, what a wicked world. I want a junior, another dead Biafrans, shot by the government. Because of our freedom, we are fighting for a better life. One thing I know, forward ever, backward never. We will one day avenge their day, someday, sometime soon.
Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier he's
Yes, at this moment, our lines are open. The question, the issue is simple. You have been living with people, they say they want to be on their own. So why are you dragging it? But we know who all of you are. At the right time, you will comply. Our numbers are open at this moment. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Call on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good evening.
My name is my name is my man Ugo Onyejaka. I am calling from United States of America, precisely Washington DC. I am the national PRO of IPOB in USA. I am from Amibo. Amibo is in Orlo, and Amibo is the home of the Tiger, and Amibo is the home of King Jaja. I thank you and I thank God Almighty for bringing people like you. People like you and all the principal officers and our supreme leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. This is Obwanyiragu, that is what they call him. We are the Kwashoko children, and we have determined that we are not going to defer this struggle to our coming generation. What we are asking for is nothing but our freedom and our existence. We are not demanding anything from anybody. We are not begging anybody just to do anything for us. Rather, we want to exist like a human being that God created us to be. Can you imagine that I am here in the United States now and I work with the federal government of the United States, their military. They gave me a position there, irrespective of the place that I came from. But the position that I have in the military is not the position that I can have in Nigeria. Because that place, we are just like nothing but slaves. So I want to use this opportunity to tell the Biafran youth. Biafran youth, what you are demanding is what belongs to you. Biafran youth, you cannot be deprived of your dignity and your right. Your parents were killed. Your mothers were raped. Your sisters were raped. A pregnant woman was cut open and then baby was removed and then killed. It did not stop there at all. All the blockade that they put in Biafra land during the war, the strategy is still in place. The blockade on the road, stop and search, open your boots. What do you have? You give money. The blockade by sea, no transportation, no even importation from any part of the world. Then whatever you bring in, you bring it to Lagos, to transport it through the road, then you have to pay. When you are flying, there is no international airport in Biafra land. You have to fly to Lagos and then you take the transport. So all this subjugation, I cannot understand the reason why we are created to suffer under these people. It's not that it is Nigerian indigenous that are suffering. These are the Fulanis that migrated from the Sahel of West Africa. They came in and infiltrated the military and got the positions. Fulani have their nation. They are not indigenous of Nigeria, but still they are suppressing us in any way or any form. So much what I am asking our people, please stand up for your rights. What you are fighting, we know it here. We are doing whatever we can do in the United States here, in the White House here. They are hearing our call. Everybody in the world is hearing our call. So Mazi, we have been butchered in the past because if you see the testimony of people who are not even Nigerian again about the atrocities that were committed during the war, you can't even believe it. So Mazi, please, I am urging our people to stand their ground and then continue to support our supreme leader. So if you happen to be in the United States here and then you want to get in contact with us, we can go to www.ipodinusa.org. www.ipodinusa.org. Thank you. If you want to make a donation or if you want to contact anybody, you go there. The contacts of each principal officer or each coordinator of the state is here. So, Mazi, thank you. God bless you. Continue doing the good job. Biafra is rising. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Biafra is rising and there is nothing anybody can do. For now, we are telling our people what to do. Don't worry. Caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening. My name is Anasa Joshua and I'm calling from Aga State, that's land. Yeah. Hello.
Go ahead, please. Caller on the line.
Yeah. One asa ugogi kalinga na kikaso no Igbo. One went to you pu ka bikon. Ka gwa na ụmụnne anyị nwoke especially ndị itorobịa anyị a na-emekwa n'ihe anụwa because ndị itorobịa anyị ghọtara ihe a na-eme ụfọdụ na-enwe ha kịta anụwa ha ghọtara ihe a na-eme ụfọdụ ọ dị ha ka na-egwu egwu uche ha nọzụ n'ụlọ ha na-achọ ka a na-agbago diaspora ndị ala bekee amaghị ha na-agbagabe ndị ọcha ka ha gbaratara obodo anụ a nyere aka nyere ụmụnne ha aka n'ihe a na-eme n'obodo anụ a ụmụnne ha nọ n'obodo ndị nne ha bụ ndị nne ha ochie na-ata afụfụ n'obodo a ha nọta na diaspora na-eme ihe mmadụ na-edobe ndị mmadụ ahịa adasi anything good in them anything good ha na-eme let them come home ka tinye ọnụ na na-agbara ụmụ ntorobịa ndị nọ n'obodo a n'oru ume ka ha wepụta ha n'ihe ahụ because some of them here are living in shade they can't say everything ka ha gbara ha ume na-akacha ha obi so ana m asụkwa ka Chineke gọzie our leader Nnamdi Kanu n'ihe ọ na-eme a na-asị ka ọ gaa n'ihu because na afụbeghị ope ego price o kwesịrị ipe if he can lose his balance in this situation kedu ihe ọzọ ga ọ na-ama lose n'ụwa anụwa a na-asị ka Chineke ka obi ka ya ka Chineke kasị ya obi ka Chukwu okike ọbịa ma nọnyere ya na ezinụlọ ya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Of course, Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. Call on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Mazi Jordan, good evening from here, Mozambique. Mazi below.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Mazi Jordan, do you know the problem that these people that need respect? I have question to ask these people that deserve respect, because if you deserve respect, you're supposed to do your way, because you're supposed to do your way, you're supposed to work well before you deserve respect, because these people are the ones that are telling us how they deserve respect. These people that the one that so our land to Biafra land to another country, how these people deserve respect. These people that tell our people to our Fulani headmen, why these people deserve respect. I don't know the reason why they say they deserve respect. Respect is a good, but to giving those that deserve it to give it the person. All the good, but the hand one has to respect and let them start to do what they are doing. I mean, when they're buying the Biafra, they're bunded that's not bunded that you respect. These are also people, these Fulani people, they don't like us. If these people like us, all the whole thing that we are doing up to how many years ago, they're supposed to go and give us what we need. These people don't like us. That's why they say, our own people know where for them all have question the way how they play. Because only here they couldn't before a child get me, where measure. I believe in the now. You just couldn't make because ọbụna ewu na ọdụ jeju na-eme ndị alagbazi ka ha ganya ihe anyị na-achọ ndị alagbazi ka ha mejiri anyị obodo anyị ndị alagbazi ka ha na-ahezi na steeti ndị alagbazi ka ha mere anyị a lot of things but Chineke mere anyị na-ekwu ihe na-ekwu ihe anyị na-ekwu still ndị aka ntị ha kachie because of gịnị mere na this is na emere adịrọ na ending onye wala bụzi na egwu ụlọ ka na-azụ egwu ahịa o mere ka mma 25 December or when the time reaches December time people that want to hustle when during time ana hustle give ka ana hustle na no so get them December by them today ọnwụ ihe na-eme Nigeria na Nigeria is every just loot onye ala loot na ka ọnwụ na ọ hapụ abịa niile o jiri n'ọnụ ka ọ ihe ga-agata ya ga-echiri onye na-abụ ego mba ụwa na-adọbere ego ka this war this Nigeria akwụsịla endọọla because ndị be anyị chi na ha respect ha na ha ga-eke ihe na-achọ anyị ga-agara na-asị na anyị gwara hụ ka ọdụ mechi onwe ọfụma ụmụnne ga-ahụ na o mejiri onwe ọfụma ọ bụkwa na ochie ọnwa ahụ ọkụ n'ike ọ bụrụ na ha ga-ejize data respect ha dịza abụ ọ bụrụ na ha nidire ha pụzi n'oche ahụ ọ bụrụ na ha apụrụ onye ọzọ na-egazi da ples onye ọzọ nwere ike mezie ha na-emeghazi ọka ma gị ga-abụrụ oche nchi ụzọ dị nchi ụzọ ekwuchi ka gada gbachi ụzọ chinata ihe rizavụ respekt asị m Chineke na-alụ ihe afọmakụ ga-akụcha afọba ha afọ adis ibụliwe agba nga ha gba pisis nga ha abịa na ha chọrọ respekt ha gaghị rizavụ ọ na ha chọrọ respekt maazị obile ga-enye ha respekt ma ha chọrọ respekt agaghị enye ya respekt na onye nụrụ si na ebe ọ nọ na ihe ọ na-eme dị mma ụmụnne ga mana ihe ọ na-eme dị mma maazị Onyibe Chineke họpụtara na ọrụ na-arụ onye nchite onwe ihe ikpere ikwuchiri isi na Chineke isi na ọrụ na-arụ these people Chineke hụrụ aka n'ala dị họpụta ụlọ onye ndị ahụ nnụnụ na-abịafụ na-echi ike bikọs ndị a họpụtara na ihe ha na-alụ ndị Chineke tiri mmanụ ka a họpụtara n'ụlọ ha na-alụ and asị Chineke nna ihe anyị mere otu isi mie ọrụ nyere ndị a na-arụ Chineke ekwele ka ahụ ọkụ ọbụla isi ọbụla tụọ ha one day ekwele ka ahụ ọkụ ọbụla nwere ere ọbụla ka eme ka ha pụta ịgwa anyị ojuo mana gba anyị gbaa ahụ ndụ nye hụ ndụ oge ọbụla gozigbe ha mgbe ọbụla nye ha ogologo ndụ na ahụ mgbasi ike mgbe ọbụla ha pụtara nkwụta ha kpọkọ gbakala gbachi ike na-agba ka egbeligwe ihe na-arụ n'isi ụlọ mgbe ọbụla nwee ihe ọzọ na-adịmanya ọtaga dịmanya onye dịmanya akụba nke onye na-enwere ogologo ndụ na ahụ mgbasi ike ụlọ mgbe ọbụla ka ọ na-enwe ike kwudo kwuchi ike n'ụlọ mere kwụsị na n'ụfọdụ ka mgbe obibi onye nna ala ahịa bụ nna onye ala ahịa deputy leader Uche Mofo kemgbe mrapụta ụwa m na-ahụ ya soro ihe na-akpa akwa akwụrụ nkosi chikere cheki igbo bụrụ ego ntabiri igbo mee ntabi igbo mee ha ka emeviri mata ya kwụchike ihe Chineke nna akwa ya nkwụrụ ọ ga-akwụzikwa kwụchi ike ahụ ntị Biafra bịa na Chukwu ka bịa ma Jojo n'igwe ọ dị ho IPB ụlọ hardcore ndị ụlọ si na ndị ụlọ tụrụ ishishi taa na a ga-enwetara Biafra asị m Chineke na chekwaba ihe ụlọ shidiri difficult for them nwetara shid hard for them ma ekwele ka ihe ọnwa ka ahụ corruption ekwele ka ji ego na-afụgo ha ma Chineke na ebeliv na etin nga na nwe ihere ka ego n'ụwa ibeliv na ihe ndọcha anya ị ga-emekwu ya mongopot kosi monga nye rụrụgịrị ka na-akpa briji ọcha dị briji ahụ nwee n'ime ya anyị nọ ndị onwe anyị lekwa n'ime anyị ga-anwụcha bef anyị ga-achọrọ Biafra rụgharịgarụrụ ngwụcha ahụ tụle ọ ga-eru anyị rụtazie ya na-anwụ anwụmazi enweghị ihe megere ma Chineke na-arụ si ihe ha bụ obi oge mezu n'oge nke anyị n'aha Chukwu ka bịa maazị Obilo a marụ nga m na-agba arụ Chineke na-egedere onye ọbụla ji ike na-arụ nke na-agba ekere ọrụ eke nwanne nwoke si ekere ọrụ eke ekele ọrụ eke land ka everywhere ka eji hụ ụwa ọdịnihu onye na eke ndị Mozambique ndị kọntinent Mozambique a na-ekele na ọrụ na ụbara tụzadị na Mozambique isi na anyị gaghata Naijiria gen na anyị na-asị Biafra na Mozambique na ndị nwere friji n'obodo akwado ha n'obodo ọ bụrụ ụdị ha ewere gwa n'obodo asị Chineke na-echekwa maazị mmeka na nga na-agba ha ọhụrụ na Mozambique kọdetọ ndị ike nọ Maputo asị Chineke na nchekwaba ụlọ ụlọ ga na-ahụ ihe ọma Chineke na akọ ụlọ tụrụ na Mozambique ọ gaghị anya anyị na Chukwu abịa maazị Jojo n'igwe ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma n'aha Chukwu maazị Obilo set of Mozambique na Mbra province. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. We must continue. Call and WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah, my beloved brother, what from the kids na Biafra land, mene take care of us. Very good evening from WhatsApp land, my beloved brother. As every other protocol is duly observed. My brother, I heard you preaching this evening. It's always like before. Mazi, but there is one thing, my brother. We are not afraid. Mazi, we don't have any fear before our enemy. We are fearless before our enemy. It's the Hausa Fulani that is this Fulani that are afraid of what? Mazi, our men are not afraid. We are only waiting for command. Mazi, remember Onyendu told them in their Kujepri that they cannot jail him. Mazi, if you are afraid of these people, how many you were there in Kembo? They nearly killed you. Mazi, what happened in CKC? What is happening everywhere? The people see what happened in Imo State, in Ola and Bitolo. The army ran away. Mazi, we are not afraid of this idiot. Forget all this nonsense. They come, they kill, they run into the bush. If you are not afraid, why can't they come out and stand? Mazi, they are afraid of all. But one thing, just one thing. We are waiting for command. When the day Onyendu will raise up his hand, we will see that thing that is in Sokoto. He has said it, and that's where we stand. Onyendu has challenged them. Why, if they are not afraid, Mazi, 200 million, why can't three persons or three people
come up and debate him. Even we're giving them another invitation or every Friday, this Friday again. Onyendu will be on. Let them come. Mas, we are not afraid of them. These are cowards. You like you rightly said. We are challenging, we are telling them, Onyendu is telling them, we are crying every day. Where is Osibanjo? They couldn't come out. The Buhari is dead. Mas, IPOB, the only people that is standing. The last man standing is IPOB and our leader, Mazina Okokala, Kamalos. And we must destroy that useless country. Of course, it has fallen. What we are calling our people to rise up, our fanatical Biafrans, men of valor, fanatical Biafra, radical Biafrans. I love all of you defending your motherland. All of you didn't the need for knowing fully that is where your umbilical cord is buried. We must take it by force. It's our land. It's our right. It's not a privilege. Forget that whatever that idiot is doing in Douglas House. That how do they call it? That Supreme Court governor. But we are coming to him. Let him wait for us in that Douglas House. Who will tell him that we own that land? We own that land. We own that land. Mazi, we can never be afraid of them because that is our land. Chuko come and keep us there. Is our heritage, and we must do everything to defend it. All this they are killing here, they run away. Let them come out now. Let them come out and challenge us. That's stupid. Mazi, I want to tell I remain okay for Nosinwa from Akadache, Koroneke from Warsaw, Poland. All my still remains in all province of Biafra land. We don't care who say what on Mazi, say what on. That's why we are doing what we're supposed to do to assist our union to make sure that we resemble this useless contraction cause and we get out of that country. Please, all of you from Imo, like we appreciate all of you. And for those of you that your radio is not talking, continue bearing with us. But all of you from Achina, Kulobi and Doka, I know your radio is on now. Iguacha is on. We don't call it river. Iguacha is on, and some other places. Please, we are going gradual. Gradual is gradual. Akwa Ibom and Akwa Ibom, there is a progress there. As soon as possible, we'll announce your transmitter, your frequency, and Akwa Ibom and Cross River. Bear with us. And for those of you from Ebonyi State, please, you have a WhatsApp line. You have a WhatsApp group by your brother in Austria, Mazi Okechukwu. I will call his number now. Please, all of you in the diaspora, call him and follow him up. You have a group to better your state, to better your community. His number is +4 43699 11303 I repeat, +43 699 11303 And for all of you from Imo State and Ebonyi and every other place you want to give us your money for transmitter, whether for federal or whether for state, please, Imo State, you call this number +48 739 672 638 +48 739 672 638. Mazi Onyibe Agwatombe Chukwu Gama Goziegu Chemambamba Gandeweta from the foreign. Thank you and good night from here, sir.
Good night, we must continue. Caller on the line. Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Uchere wambe vanyi sina aina nda ugu amaghị ọwụ na mmadụ emekola anyị ntonye awụsa ị ga-ama na anyị na ha awụghị ukwu express nne nwere ebe ndị ahụ nọ anyị na ha awụghị ukwu eshugo anyị nọra nke anyị ndị Igbo ya ama m ihe a ga-agwa ha n'oyi ama m ụta ga-esikwa ha ka ha wee n'oyi ndị nna ya anaghị aga ọrụ agụ ọrụ akwerepụ mmadụ emere na nke ọkwụ Igbo emeghị nna ọgwụzụkwa nwa ndị pụtara ụwa ha gawa ka anyị nwa agụwa nke anyị onye m chọrọ egwu ụmụ agbọghọ Igbo ka a mara anyị.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Call on the line. Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead.
My name is yes. So my name remain Aparawela Japan from Abiaponga, Obote Paraguay, in Biafra land. As you God bless you and bless our leader and bless all the principal officers, all the lovers of freedom, all those people that happy for us to gain our land. So may God bless them. As you so much like your topic, but the main reason that I call this night is what happening today. That's the main thing that make me to call this night. Is something that happening today at 20 Mass Junction. That's after Area Market, 20 by 20 Mass. Mass, what happened there today is something that made me angry within me. As I wanted to pass there, I saw armies with 2 hillocks. All of them cocked their gun. I said, hope you are hearing me.
Go ahead, the word is listening. Go ahead.
Yes. As I want to pass there, that thing happened around 4 p.m. today. As I wanted to pass there, I saw 2 hillocks with armies cocking their gun. When people want to pass, you raise your hand up. I wondered. I said, I passed there before. What really happened here? All those Fulani houses there, all of them will still be lining up, praising our people here. I asked, I go and ask one guy, I said, what really happened here? He told me that one Fulani man, I don't know what really happened with one of our brother. Before you know, the man who of that our brother disappear. In brief, disappear. Masters, I'm talking to you. This is happening live. It's not something they say story. I was there. I said, what really happened? They said, where the Fulani guy, they said they took him to the finish head, to the king grade. They took him there. From there, they took him to the police station. I wonder, say, I did not even see any Hausa man being in prison in this our area before. Which kind mistake that they do, they take him. Mazi, what I'm telling you now, what there are people, those armies that are standing there, they make noise, they want to shoot someone that doing that kind of thing. Instead for them to find way how they will beat the guy so that whether there will be any solution. But there is no way they took him, they carried the boy that missed the manhood in private part. They took him like that. They went to police station and that Fulani man. Is this those people that we can share together, that we can live together? Till now, this night, those army people see guiding those Fulanis, those houses there. And if you want to pass that place, you raise your hand up. But these people is not people that we can live together. We are different people from them. So that is the thing that I want to make our people to know, that we and Hausas and Fulani, we are not one, and there is nothing can make us to be one. There is nothing, because that thing that happened this evening is something that I surprised. All of them come and cock their gun. People that does not even do anything, they cock their gun. When you want to pass there, is for you to raise your hand up. So that is the thing that happened here in Aba.
Thank you very much.
Junction today.
Thank you very much.
You,
yes. It is simple. I want you to consider. You see, sometimes we are taking the grace of God for granted. We take the mercy of God for granted. Nigeria has actually emasculated all of us. Economically, religiously, financially, spiritually, physically, they have completely emasculated us. But the mystery there is that we work hard and God then grant our effort with success. Aside this, have you tried to imagine what these people are trying to do to us? They stop every company and industry from being established in our land. We go to their land and establish the same companies and industry, and they take huge amount of money from us on return and other dues that we expected to pay according to their fraudulent law. They make sure we don't have airports in our own land. They make sure, if you like, you can have all the degrees in the world, you cannot have any employment. In every way imaginable, they want to bring us down. If we are surviving today, does not mean that because we have worked hard. God's favor is there. Then how long are we going to keep quiet? Imagine with this favor, we have international airport. Imagine with this kind of favor, our seaports are functioning. Imagine with this kind of favor, our people are the one ruling us. Imagine with this kind of favor, we have monarchs that will defend the interest of their people. Imagine with this favor. Have you been able to look beyond that? Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Samuel Ofike. I'm from Ututu. I want to contribute on what you have been saying all this while. I have been following your program. It's very okay, but we just sometimes we do pretend because all these things, we know them right from time, but we are just pretending. Like I can remember in those days, as you talk of colonialism and all this and this, even in our language, they try to colonize us. If I can remember, when I was in secondary school, used to say, speaking of Igbo language, it's highly prohibited and so on and so forth. And that is to say they're trying to make us to understand that our language is nothing. So
our language is evil. It's a central
it's evil. Yeah. And even up to date, they are still doing the same thing. Still repeating it because in so many schools, if you go, that is the first thing you will just see. Speaking of vernacular is highly prohibited. How can you prohibit somebody's language?
They even flog you.
Prohibit such a thing? And some even this our scholars, they don't see all these things as problems. But thank you for Nnamdi Kanu and also the work you have been doing for our people. I will just use this opportunity to call my people, especially from Ututu. When you were doing your first program, you also mentioned Ututu. So I will use this opportunity to call them to queue in this struggle, because this is a struggle that we must all achieve. If not, all of us are going to perish in that boat. Everybody should queue in, because what is happening today is really uncalled for. If you check, our people are just pretending day in, day out. And just as it is today, if you be able to get 1,000 naira, you'll be happy for the day. How can people survive with such ideology? So our people should really queue in. I will use the opportunity to thank Nnamdi Kanu for the work he has been doing for us, because without him, I don't know where we have been before now. And also you, Onyibe, I'm really grateful for all the teachings you have been doing. More especially, this go back to our roots. You have been excellent in it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Onyibe. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I am a native of Ishiagwe, Ebonyi State, Biafra land. I'm happy to get you this evening and to talk to you. I greet my leader, our leader Nnamdi Kanu, Uchemefo, and all IPOB principal officers for a time like this. This evening, I want to talk to Yoruba people. Yoruba people, when I study about Nigeria and where we are now, and where Yoruba people are going, I feel very, very ashamed for Yoruba people. Yemi Osibajo is elected, are you hearing me?
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Hello, Onyibe.
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Yemi Osibajo was elected as a vice president of Nigeria. But surprise, surprise, Osibajo is nowhere to found after the death of Buhari. Apart from all this, the Fulani who are illiterate, because of the Yoruba people, made the Fulani people to take all the position key of Nigeria, starting from power, starting from economy, everything that made up for Nigeria is controlled by Fulani illiterates. And by doing so, they have dragged Nigeria into Atlantic Ocean, where they will never come out of it. And the Yoruba are still waiting because of Tinubu to be a president of Nigeria. If Fulani does not allow you to perform as a vice president, are you thinking that the Fulani will allow you to be a president? You forget all the whole thing that Fulani had done to the Yoruba race because of Tinubu one man. If Fulani gave a Yoruba president, what Tinubu can do in Nigeria, that Fulani have dived inside the Atlantic Ocean, which they will never come out of it. The Yoruba is making a very big mistake that if they fail this opportunity, they will regret it, and the unborn generation will regret, because Nigeria has come to the end for over 2-3 years now. No human being on earth can move Nigeria to where it come before, talk less of moving forward. Nigeria has gone and can never come out from that where the Fulani have pushed it to. I want to talk to Gowon. Gowon, you are a president of Nigeria. You fight Biafrans during the war 67 and 70. And the majority army during that time was Middle Belt. That's the majority of the army that fights during the war. You have suffered, you have committed so many atrocities for Nigeria to be one. And you are lucky that you are alive today and take your eyes to see the one Nigeria you are fighting for. That Fulani has come up and claimed Nigeria as their own personal property. It is now you are alive for you to do whatever you can to separate Nigeria and separate your people Middle Belt. That is the highest thing you can do now in your life. If you continue to deceive yourself praying for Nigeria, you are the most stupid man on earth. Because what you have done before, if you can reason as a human being, you can never to think anything of one Nigeria, because one Nigeria has come and gone. I wonder how you are going to prayer houses claiming that you are a Christian by this time of day. You're supposed to come out and confess to the Biafrans and go to the United Nations, whoever you go. Say Nigeria can never move forward. The best thing now is to share Nigeria, let everybody go to its own way. But you are hiding under the church, praying, deceiving yourself. You can deceive those you can deceive, and not somebody like some group like Biafrans. We know what we are doing, and what we are doing is Biafra. We have nothing, no more, no less. Biafra we need, and Biafra we go at the end. I greet my leader, Nnamdi Kanu, who have been fighting for all the demons in Nigeria. So many of them are in the churches claiming that they are man of God, deceiving a lot of people, mostly the Yoruba ones. They claim they are man of God. They are deceiving those people they can deceive, not somebody like us. So I give to my leader who can stand firm and look eyeball to eyeball, talk to them without wasting time. All of you who claim that you are elders, your elder does not mean anything. Any elder that is against our leader is a slave to the Fulanis. We know all of you because you have the fruit. We know you by what you are saying. We know you for what you are saying and how you are acting. Because any true leader must line himself up to IPOB to prove he is a leader and to prove that our people have suffered so much in the hands of Fulanis and in the name of one Nigeria, which is not working. Thank you very much, Master Onyibe. I'm grateful to talk to you this evening.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night from here. Yes, a caller on the WhatsApp. Are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Master Onyibe.
Go ahead, please. Good evening.
Yes, Master. Good evening. Thank you for having me. This is Master Raf Ndikom. I came from Omaka in Olo Province, Biafra land, but I served the indigenous of Biafra here in Russia as the national coordinator. Fellow Biafrans and friends of Biafrans around the globe, greeting from Moscow. Indeed, it's always a pleasure to have a privilege to listen to the greatest radio station platform, which is our Radio Biafra. We thank Chukwu for the privilege, for making it possible, for giving us a voice when we don't have, when no one speak for us. But today, by the grace of Chukwu, through our great leader, Mazen Nandikano, are giving us a voice that all of us, we can be able to interact as a family across the globe. May Elohim bless him and bless you also, Mazen Onyibe. Actually, what I want to comment this night, you spoke. Your topic is on colonialism. Actually, colonialism, everybody know that it's an evil, because when a human being decided to lord it over other people as if they are their own making or their own slave, it is against the law of God, and it's against it's a sin and a crime against humanity. But it's unfortunate that not only us we are colonized. If you watch, India was colonized by British together with Pakistan, Malaysia, and Singapore. All those countries were British former colony. But today, when they realize that they cannot be under the rule of British, they pull themselves out. They pull themselves and make a U-turn and go back to the original identity. But unfortunately, that in Africa, our African leaders refuse to think because of greediness. Any person who enters into office will only think about his family and his third or fourth generation that is to come. They don't think about their citizens. They don't think about ordinary poor people that is in their country where they're ruling. So that's the problem of Africa: greediness and selfishness. That's why today Africa, British is still ruling Africa. British and France are still ruling Africa through indirect rule, which is really painful. But we thank Chukwuka for Biafra for trying to reverse the case, because I believe that it's only Biafra that can change the history of Africa, and it's only Biafra that can able to wipe, that is to liberate, that is the colonialism in Africa. So we that are in this struggle, we are the most privileged, and I pray that Chukwuka will give us all grace and enablement to continue to know that we are on the right path, and also to give full support to our great leader, so that we can be able to achieve our freedom in the near future. Before I sign off, I want to greet my all the IPOB members here in Russia, especially those that came to meet yesterday. After the lockdown, yesterday being on the 28th was the first meeting we had physical meeting, and I was highly impressed by the people that came. Almost 6 people took oath yesterday, new people. So I would thank Chukwuka for the privilege, and also I pray that Chukwuka will bless every member of IPB here in Russia, both the people that came and those that are still contemplating, and that all of us we know that together we can be able to make it happen. So don't stay. I know that many people here in Russia, most of them call radio, or they only listen to our leader, listen to the broadcast, but they never come to meeting. Then they ask questions, they ask big questions during the time that our leader is having program. But we don't see them in the meeting. They don't pay. They don't even know that all this radio they are calling, that some people are sponsoring it. People are paying for it. So those people, we are calling you, that your brothers, we are here in Moscow. So if you're in Moscow, if you're in Russia, any place you are in Russia, try to identify with IPB in Russia. Don't be a low ranger, because we cannot identify you if you're not with us. So I pray that Chukwuka will bless all of us as we decide and also agree to do the right thing at the right time. So for the people that are trying to know our where we are, you can call this number +7 960 733 2223. I repeat, +7 960 733 2223. May Chukwuka bless you, and as you cooperate, and also you also look at your that is IPB family here in Moscow, and also in St. Petersburg, and also other cities here in Russia. Onyibe, thank you for having me. I pray that may Elohim bless you, and also bless all the IPB family across the globe. I'm signing off for here, Moscow, Russia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As we are inching closer to the end of this program, Biafrans across the globe must remain focused. They must understand the reason why we are here and what we represent. The truth cannot be overemphasized. We want to go home. We want to go home. Nigeria needs to be obliterated from the face of this planet Earth. It has to stop. Nigeria is being run by the fuel, the blood of our people, and that cannot continue. And of course, I will be signing off from here at this very moment. Biafrans across the globe must understand what we seek for, what we request. Our demand is simple: dismemberment of Nigeria. Yoruba nation can go and, one strong in Oduduwa nation. Call down Holy Ghost. That is the anointing. Let them carry and go. Hausa should go. Fulani should go. Let Biafrans go. It's simple. Our request is simple. As I sign off from here, I appreciate those of you who were able to call in. Apology to those of you I cannot take your call at this moment. And of course, tomorrow is another day. I think I have a caller on WhatsApp holding there. Are you still there, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp? That having been said, I will be signing off from here. I say, be good as always. Biafra is our destination. Good night from here. Ndewonu.
Reading from Biafra's Got Talents.
Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Englishman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Nigeria knows that. Englishman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Nigeria knows that. They are playing on your intelligence, life full of breathings. They are playing on your intelligence. They are playing on your intelligence. Their life full of breathings. Everything is diligent. Oh, so every black man stand up for your right. Wherever you are, stand up for Africa. So every black man so every black man for your right, black man. Freedom for Africa, Africa, freedom for Africa. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Englishman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Nigeria knows that. Englishman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Nigeria knows that.
We have been in this bondage for decades now. Oh,
For decades now,
they gave us their culture. They killed our prophets. They colonized our people with guns and bullets.
guns and bullets.
Biafra is our hope now.
Is our hope now.
Biafra is the hope of Africa.
So every black man stand up for your right. Wherever you are, stand up for Africa. So every black man has to stand up for your right. Freedom for Africa, Africa, freedom for Africa. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Africans should never be free until Biafra comes here. Englishman knows that, Englishman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Nigeria knows that. Englishman knows that, Frenchman knows that, Nigeria knows that. See them bad men working tirelessly day and night, trying to oppress and bring Jaja children down. So every black man even now
fall